Welcome back to the Hillbilly RV channel. If you're a new subscriber, which there's a lot of you, thanks for coming on board. If you like watching a hillbilly work on RVs, you're in the right place. Sometimes I even have dirt on my head. I don't know how that happened. I don't work hard enough to get dirty. What are we doing today? Well, I'm glad you asked. We're working on a Suburban furnace. I'll show you.
There was only one man for the job.
So since it's out of the case, we've got good access to everything. This is the cell switch. I can work it manually. The cell switch is just a micro switch. It's got a little paddle that comes in here. This is where your squirrel cage fan is at. Blower fan. It's called different things and different manufacturers, but this is what moves the air through your RV, okay? So this fan should turn fast enough to hold that cell switch shut up, okay? That's one of the safety devices inside this furnace. So let me fire this baby up and show you what it's doing. Now it may be a little hard to hear me when we're doing this because the furnace makes quite a bit of noise. But if you'll watch, we'll start the fan. I will have to manually push the cell switch up and just watch it creep down and open back up. See it drop down? So this fan should be spinning fast enough to hold that cell switch closed the whole time the furnace is running, okay? But it's not. Actually, matter of fact, I had to actually reach in here and spin the fan. It wouldn't start. So this fan apparently has got a bad winding in it or something. Let's show you how we're going to change this fan. Because this is one of these crazy new Suburban furnaces that snap together. I don't like them. If you watch all my videos, you know that I've already had this cover off this squirrel cage fan once. So now we got to take it off again. It has 2 screws. This cover has 2 screws, and then everything else that holds it together are snaps. So let me get those 2 screws out. We'll start unsnapping this bad boy. Like I say, this is that snap together case. So the only way I found to release these is kind of pry up on the back side of them and pry the case apart at the same time. Just keep moving around until you get all the way around. Let me, I've already got the top. Let me show you the side and the bottom. All right.
Epic fail.
Well, stupid battery died. I don't know where it died, but kind of see maybe. See that little catch? That's what those latches catch on. All you have to do is pry it up a little bit on the back side to get it over that and just kind of physically move the case apart. So hopefully that the battery didn't die just as I was starting that. I tell you people, the struggle's real. Trying to video these repairs sometimes. And you can't be watching what you're doing and watching the camera at the same time to make sure the camera is doing its thing, you know. Just so we'll have room to get this cover off, we have to take one of these wires off the cell switch. And we'll go ahead and take the motor wire off the board. How do I know that's the motor wire? Because it goes to the motor. Okay, let's see here. Let's see if we have enough room. Or do we have to unplug other things? We got to unplug one of the wires off the switch there. From the board to the switch. And there's a little, for some reason they thought it was a good idea to put a little peg inside this case right here that combustion fan hangs up on. Little pegs right there. Okay, so here is our motor. Let's see here. Figure out which ground wire goes to the motor. I believe it is that one. Yes, it is. It comes right down here to all these ground wires. The whole terminal block there full of ground wires. So let's get that snaked up through there. Yes, voila. Better be careful before that fan motor falls out of there, because I think the only thing holding it in there is a little bit of friction. There's our combustion wheel. That's the one that actually pulls fresh air in the vent from the outside of the RV, runs it through this fan and pushes it through the firebox to aid in the combustion. This is your blower wheel. This is the one that circulates the air inside of your camper. Like I say, I don't think there's anything else holding this motor in except for friction. So should be able to just pop that motor right out. Still don't know what was holding it in there, but there it is. Man, struggle's real, people. Struggle is real. All right, here's a good shot of our sail switch, SAIL. Y'all see that? See, that fan should turn fast enough and create enough airflow in here to hold that switch closed, which it was not doing. So here is our old fan motor. Usually, these fans are held onto the motor shaft by a Allen head screw. Let's get it broke loose. Then you reach through the fan, get the rest of the way loose, and pull that wheel off. Turn it over, and we'll just reach right through here, get that wheel loose, get our Allen wrench out. Holy moly, everything's fighting me. There we go. There's our motor. Let's get the new one out of the box. Let's see if it looks like it's the same. There's our part number. This motor was supplied by Suburban since it is a warranty. We got some instructions here. There's several screws in the box. Oh, I see. Now, they're wanting us to put some screws in this case now to hold those two halves together. They don't want to rely completely on those snaps. So that tells me this design is not really working that well. They want us to add, looks like 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 screws. Or maybe 6. No, these were already there on both sides of that motor. And then they want to add, oh man, looks like 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6 screws maybe. I don't know, let me see how many's in the box. Looks like they gave us 5. So I guess we're going to add 5 screws. That's interesting. Okay. To put the fans back on, there's these shafts on these motors are D-shaped. So you want to get the flat part of that shaft where the set screw is on the fan. So let's just slide that bad boy down on there. Get it lined up. All right. We will just snug that for a minute, as we'll have to get it adjusted once we drop it in the first half of the case. We'll just snug it, keep from falling out on the floor on us. Same thing with the combustion wheel. Let's get those wires through there. We'll just pull them through. Same time we're just sliding all this together. There's some little plastic tabs on that motor that they're pretty snug. They slide down in there, and that's kind of what holds all that stuff together. Now we just want to get this fan centered and get this fan centered so they're not rubbing anywhere. All right, this one looks great. We're going to tighten it down right there. Sorry about that noise. I know that's obnoxious as all get out. This one here, I think we'll slide it in just a little bit more. About like that. Wasn't much. Spin it, make sure nothing's rubbing. Sounds good. Alrighty, now we get to slide this thing back together. We've got to get all those wires going the right direction and all that. There we are. Yeah, she's all snapped together. Now we turn the fan, make sure everything's good. There it is. Hook that wire back up to our cell switch, and let me see. I figure out exactly where they want the new screws. I'm gonna get all these screws in, and we'll get ready to fire this thing back up and see if we've accomplished anything. Got it all back together, put those 5 extra screws. I think it's funny. I think it's funny that Suburban first built the furnace. They thought it was cool to only have 2 screws. And now that I've replaced the motor, they want 7 screws in it. Yeah, if I hadn't replaced the motor, it wouldn't have those extra screws, right? Well, let's see if we've accomplished anything. We fire this bad boy up. Ta-da! Well, mission accomplished. Man, that thing sounds so much better. And that fan's turning a lot faster than that old one. So let's get it on the back of the truck, test fire it, and then when it lights okay, we'll take it back and put it in the RV. We got the furnace put back in the case. Got all the screws in that. We were constantly checking everything we did, spin that fan by hand, just make sure it wasn't rubbing on anything. It's all good to go. So now we got it on the back of the van. Let's test fire this baby. I have 12 volt DC available right here on the back of the van. So we're gonna hook our 12 volt DC up. All you need to run a furnace is a DC power and ground. All right, so the wires coming out of the furnace, the positive I think just about every furnace I ever remember working on, the positive was red. The negative can be yellow, black, white. It can be multitude colors. But your thermostat wires are almost always blue. Might be solid blue, blue with a white stripe, but they'll be blue. Okay? So all we do is hook our power and ground up. I have the 2 blue wires. Can y'all see? I have the 2 blue wires just put together. That's how you make a furnace run. Put the 2 blue wires together. If it's in the camper, that's all the thermostat's doing. It's connecting those blue wires. The thermostat's just a switch, and makes those wires work. Now the camper that this furnace is in, it's a little bit different. I think it's probably going to be a Coleman air conditioner, because you know the furnace controls are actually in the air conditioner, one of the air conditioners. Coleman a lot of times only uses 1 wire to run the furnace, so that was a little bit different, but still the furnace is the same. You want the furnace to run, touch the 2 blue wires together and it'll run. Also have onboard propane on my truck so that I can run stuff out here on the back of the truck. Let me hook a propane line up, make our final connection. There you have it, folks. There's replacing your blower motor, fan motor, in your Suburban furnace. Modern Suburban furnace with the snaps. Yeah, I love that crap. I love the fact that they gave me screws to put in those 2 pieces of case because the snaps ain't working. I've took several of those furnaces apart and half the snaps be, you know, popped open. So yeah, they're not working, but they'll keep doing it anyway. So y'all keep going down there. Y'all leave me a comment, a criticism, concern. Check out all those links going on down there. A lot of stuff going on. Post office box if you want to send me something. PayPal, Patreon, all kinds of stuff. I'm gonna go up the road and fix another one, and y'all have a fantastic day.